This podcast is a part of the PodMania Podcasting Network. Check out podmania.co.uk to check out more of our great podcasts, features, reviews, match ratings and previews spanning the crazy and diverse world of professional wrestling.
Hello, my name is Simon Miller from What Culture Wrestling, and you are listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast, and you better keep listening to it. Why? Here's why.
You're listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast, a sample of the best pro wrestling podcasts we can produce on our tiny budget. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, CastBox, and all other podcast platforms. If it's wrestling you want, check out more of our great content at podmania.co.uk. Let's do this.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the PodMania Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Goodwin, and I am joined by Garth Jackson and the Pyramid Scheme Man himself, Chris O'Brien. Christopher, how are you?
Why do I tell you to anything? Because it then gets brought up later on the fucking podcast. We're back. My quadrant, my county's going quadrant. It's going into. I forgot the word county. I'm panicked. My county's going down to stage 2, which is good. But also Edinburgh's going up to stage 4. So in reality, we're in stage 4. Because
there's nowhere you can go.
Because beyond where I am, there's the borders and then England. And then because the borders are next to England, it's basically England. So I can't go down because I'll be going to England, but I can't go up because I'll be in Edinburgh. So I'm still basically stuck where the fuck I am. I can't, avoid Edinburgh. So, if I want to take the train anywhere, I need to go through Edinburgh.
They're doing it, but really they're just saying, fuck you. Stay where you are.
Yeah, fuck you, East Lothian. No, I get why it's happening, but I'm just sort of can you at least keep us in phase whatever, so the job centre will stop going, but we're in phase 2. It's yeah, but there's no fucking jobs. It's great. I'm having a great time.
Fair enough. Garth, how are you?
Good. Yes, refreshed as usual. Not having to trudge to work and shit like that. Living the dream.
Why does it always sound like you're being sarcastic? Always.
I've had conversations. I've had conversations with Garth where he's passionately talking about how Oasis changed his life, etc., and he still sounds slightly sarcastic.
It's just his general demeanour, I think, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, he has the general demeanour of that uncle who doesn't quite understand why you like what you like.
I think it's just years of not giving a fuck, really. No, but yes, good. Happy PlayStation 5 days, everybody.
Yeah, that console I'm not going to own for several years
until the PS6 comes out.
Immediately date stamp this podcast as well.
Yeah, it does. It does. Well done, Garth.
To be fair, if we're hoping to be listened to years in the future, whenever we mention lockdown, that's really dating this podcast. It's like when you hear your granddad talk about the war.
Could be used as historical evidence. This could be a primary source going into the future. Just think about that for a minute.
We should submit it to the Library of Congress.
I mean, no. Just because I honestly don't think you will go the entire podcast without using the word cunt. And I don't think we can submit it to any sort of national resource with the word cunt in it. And I mean, I've said it twice now, so...
Yeah, he's come more than I have, for fuck's sake.
We could ever do a PG podcast?
What, with a Geordie and a Scotsman? No, we could. No.
Fuck me.
I think Rob swears more than I do.
Yeah, I do swear more than Garth does.
You have both of you have to train yourselves not to swear because Rob's a teacher and Garth has kids. Whereas me, I put into my nieces at a very, very young age that you do as I say, not as I teach. Do as I say, not as I do. So, like, you can't say fuck, but I can say fuck all I want.
That makes sense.
Which is bad, because they now shout language because they're little fucking narcs.
Well, to be fair, mate, you shouldn't be shouting fuck in front of how old are your nephews? Nieces, sorry?
One is 11, which I think that's a grey area of swearing, and one is 8. But to be fair, she has more terrifying things because she honestly ideates about killing people out loud, and I'm sort of like, stop it, you little fucking weirdo.
Fucking hell.
I'm honestly scared she's going to stab me in my sleep one night.
Well, I hope if she does that you survive. Oh my god. Oh my god, the segue. The segue,
Survivor
lads.
Series of scary thoughts.
Do you know what's weird? We're not drunk either. This is just how we are naturally, apparently.
Yeah.
This is our Survivor Series special. Obviously, as we record, Survivor Series 2020 is on Sunday. So we have decided to come up with 3 matches, as is our want nowadays, from a past Survivor Series that we wanted to watch. And basically, the whole thing was we were going to choose matches that weren't Survivor Series elimination tag matches. And then Chris, being Chris, decided that the only possible fucking match that he could pick of all of the Survivor Series matches,
you are misrepresenting
of the Survivor Series pay-per-views that there have been, Chris decided that the only one he wanted to watch was a Survivor Series elimination tag match. Explain yourself, Chris.
That is absolutely not what fucking happened. Because I put my I had 3 choices, and I put all 3 of them past you a week ago when we did the last podcast.
All I remember is on the texts, like, seeing this is the match we're watching, motherfuckers.
No,
yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And if we don't watch it, I'm going to set my little niece on you, who's going to kill you.
No, that's literally not what happened. I'm being because I had 2 choices. It was this or Lesnar versus Bryan from a couple years ago, and I was like, but this is also like really, really good. And then you were like, yeah, sure, the match I picked was short, do what you want. So I picked that because you were like, yeah, go ahead. You gave me your blessing.
I don't remember any of this, Garth, do you?
God, it's like being back in school.
So, anyway, the matches that we have picked, we are going to start in Survivor Series 2003 from November 16th, 2003, with Team Bischoff versus Team Austin. Chris, why did you pick this?
Because it's
Apart
the best.
From to flout the rules.
Fuck with police. It's just the best traditional Survivor Series match ever, and everyone in it is in some level great, or at least a meme. And yeah, it's just really fun. It's one of because I had this match because I didn't have many wrestling shows to hand when I was a kid. I basically got whatever videos I could find at the charity shop, and then my friend lent me this, and it was really, really good.
I'm slightly disappointed on 2 counts, but, you know, the count that we've spoken about before about you flouting the only rule I put in place for this fucking podcast. And the second is that you chose this match and not what can only be described as the real main event of this show, and that is Kane versus Shane McMahon.
Great. You also have the Bashams on this card, which is cool.
In 2003.
The Bastions, yeah. And it opened with a really weird one, Team Angle versus Team Lesnar, which one of the sole survivors was John Cena.
So if you want to find Survivor Series 2003 on your network and then skip to 1 hour, 23 minutes and 19 seconds, which is the start of the Team Bischoff and Team Austin match, are we ready, boys?
Ready.
Yeah.
Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, play. I'm better than ever.
You literally... this is the first time I've made this point tonight. This is literally a theme you could not have as a face.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, imagine if, like, Bailey... Actually, she's a heel now, isn't she? Imagine if, like...
Look at Jericho, man.
He doesn't know what to do without his entrance music, does he?
I will just say, you say about entrance themes, look at Bischoff as a person. There's no way that smarmy twat could ever be a babyface.
Question.
Tell me what you think about that.
Popular back in the day.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
God, yeah. Hell yeah. Stacy Keibler.
Look at Orton.
Have you seen what Steiner has on his tights?
Has he got freaks or something?
No, he's just got the number 69.
What a fucking legend.
By the way, early in the year, he literally won Stacy Keibler in
Yes,
a
he
feud
did.
of tests.
Yes, he did.
literally just, if you want to know what like WWE thought of women back in 2003, Scott Steiner literally won Stacy Keibler.
Unbelievable.
Still a huge pop.
I mean, I don't think you're ever going to hear that glass shatter and not have a huge pop. Like, he's too much of a cultural icon. It's not like Hulk Hogan, who's sort of been disgraced at this point.
King Booker.
This is such a weirdly mismatched team.
It really is.
Boy.
Booker T, the Dudleys, Shawn Michaels, and Rob Van Dam.
Like, I just imagine them RVD backstage going, cheeky one, cheeky wee bit of green. Anyone? No?
Just me? Just me? Okay.
And then Sean's like, I'm a recovering fucking addict. What the fuck are you doing?
I think Shawn Michaels is pissed off that they're not coming out to his music.
I wore these chaps for nothing.
Oh, it's better than them poo trousers you wore the Survivor Series before, though, innit?
Oh, yeah, that's actually the only... That match is literally the second match I ever saw of Shawn Michaels. And I was like, oh, wow. Because weird enough, I was having an affinity for the Survivor Series before this because I kept borrowing it from the library. But because it was an 18, I had to get my dad to take it out on his library card.
It's an 18.
It's an 18 or a 15, yeah. Because there's a lot of blood and
Austin.
mostly the blood. Austin's not on the one before this.
Oh, 2002, sorry.
Yeah. I like how, just how star-studded this is. Like, there's not someone I can pick out and say is, well, Mark Henry.
I was just going to say Mark Henry quite easily. Scott Steiner in 2003.
But in terms of, culturally in wrestling... By the way, backstory to this. Essentially, Austin kept, as the Sheriff of Raw, kept attacking people. So Linda McMahon came out one day and said, "You're not allowed to attack people because otherwise we're going to get sued." So,
is this when he stunned Linda?
No, but so this match basically what's on the line: if Austin wins, he can continue to assault his employees. If he loses, he'll be fired.
I think that stipulation needs to be put in the title of the match.
If I win.
I will set myself on fire.
Creepy little bastard.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. Who got? I forget who got called it, but that followed them around for quite a while. Christian never changed his tights when he went single, did he? He just sort of kept them like this for the rest of his career.
Just went white.
Is he the
They went
person
white and then
who...
black and then...
Is he the person out of anyone who went to WWE, who started in WWE, went to Impact? Is he the person that did the best?
Angle, maybe.
Yeah, but Angle was a huge star in WWF. Christian wasn't.
Sort of raised his profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe it's him or maybe it's Bully Ray as well, or Bubba, whatever.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Christian was seen as a potential single star before, but Ray really wasn't. He was just the tag guy, and then he became the biggest heel ever.
He was so good at that point.
Oh, I've seen him 2 Ring of Honor shows. He is so good at controlling a crowd. It's unreal. He will have you eating. Oh, that's very nice. He'll have you eating at the palm of his hand in seconds.
Not literally, obviously.
Yeah, actually, it's weird.
Slap you with it.
It's an unbelievable weird oddity that I've seen. I believe the only singles match between Evil and Bully Ray.
Jesus, that's one for cage match, isn't it?
Yeah, and it ended in a DQ because, of course, it did. I'm trying to figure out who's still wrestling in this because it's a surprising amount of them are. IVD is, although he just left Impact.
Scott Steiner is.
I can't believe he's still wrestling. But actually, I think literally everyone aside from Devon, Sean, and Booker have had a match in 2020 rather, because
probably has because he runs that school, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, but Christian also had a match earlier this year in Raw.
Oh, yeah.
Because Edge got in. Fucking hell, like
Freakzilla.
Freakzilla.
Like, you look at him in the early 90s, and it's like Kurt Angle. He's properly like an amateur wrestling freak.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to this, and it's like, how is he even the same person? Like fucking chainmail Viking.
Weakzilla. Whoa, the burn. There's Hollywood Hulk Hogan there. Did you see him? This guy dressed as Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Amazing.
Because to be fair, that's probably easier to like sneak on like the train. Like you can just look down wearing all black and then look up when you get in.
Fucking hell, caught him in the heel there.
I still can't get over the fact that he just has 69 on his tights for no reason.
Is that not the answer to that sum that he did?
I'll give you my 33.5%.
No, the answer is that there's no way that Samoa Joe will win it. So I've never actually looked at this. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, that was so high.
I never actually looked it up. Did Samoa Joe win at Sacrifice?
Can't remember.
I can't remember what year it is, so I can't even look it up.
It's just like it's so absurd, but it's so much fun, like so good.
Oh God!
I just
You can tell he was like deadly serious.
I just realised how many people in here ended up in TNA.
Oh yeah, like
Most of them.
Most of them.
Basically, all of Team Austin apart from Michaels.
Yep.
And then Christian and Steiner.
No, whenever Steiner suplexes someone, and it's because of that Triple H match. I blame that Triple H match.
To be fair, he dropped IVD on his head as well.
Has Austin cut his head?
How the fuck has that happened?
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah, how did that happen?
It looked like it was just like a.
Fun fact, this is the last ever match for the WCW Championship in WCW.
That's not true. Marcus Alexander Bagwell versus Booker T on a random episode of
Raw.
Raw.
That wasn't in WCW.
Technically it was. They branded it as WCW, Christopher.
Right, we could brand this podcast as an official WWE production. It wouldn't make it true.
It would be more entertaining.
Why don't we try that?
See if we get pulled up.
See how many people download it before they realise.
It's just three twats.
I don't think anyone. I think we're just going to hear the accents and go, "Yeah, that's not a fit."
I wonder what would happen though if you did actually change it to the WWE official podcast. See how long it lasted.
No, but we should put like unofficial, but have un in
Here it
very
is.
small letters.
Spinaroonie.
King Booker.
To this day, right, I'll attribute Eric Bischoff to one of the best parts of a match ever, and I can't believe it's never been done since. But there was a match in TNA. I can't remember when it was, but he was on the outside, and he needed, I'm guessing it was someone on his team to win. And the ref counted like 1, then he hit the second, and then the ref counted 2. So the other guy got up thinking he'd won.
Amazing.
Some Jay White shit.
He'd heard 3 and he got up, and then the other guy small package and pinned him. But
that is
I can't believe it
incredible.
has never been done because it was such a great thing.
To be fair, what I can't believe has never been done since. You know how TNA had that little cubby hole for the camera to go through in cage matches?
Oh yeah.
That one time, Christy Hemme got pulled through by fucking Samuel Shaw.
Oh yeah. Brutal as fuck.
Because, like, why did she go to the cubbyhole? Oh, for God's sake. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, fuck off,
Noted
Steiner.
remnants for Dudley Boys.
It's just
Yeah, Steiner's going in here. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Bookend!
Oh, tell you what, though, they're putting him out strong. Oh, we didn't even use the scissors kick. He's getting buried. And
what's
again,
she on
he,
about?
to be fair, I still like the story we did with Steiner and Kurt Angle in TNA.
Which one was that?
Where basically Steiner got released around the same time Angle came in,
Bye, Booker.
and then so in kayfabe they did it so Steiner was released so they could sign Angle.
Nice.
Has this guy just got signs, like, for everyone?
I like how quickly we got with the Booker.
Fuck, that was some.
Yeah,
Cool, man.
because he's a mark.
Hey. No, it is. I've always liked Mark Henry.
I like. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't like him at this stage in his career.
I prefer him
I
here
just
than in
think-
1996. Fucking hell. He was
1990
dog shit.
1999 is
The whole
peak.
Halls of Pain thing. That was
The Hall of
Hall of
Pain
Pain
thing was
thing,
great,
great.
yeah.
That was happening around the time I got back into wrestling, and it was one of the best things going. I mean, the matches were dog shit, but everything around the matches were great.
That retirement angle was fucking sick. It was great.
Oh, with Cena.
Yes.
Yeah, what really made it
salmon
better?
suit.
In the
was-
what?
The salmon suit.
The
Yeah, that's what really made
greatest
it.
suit. The
But it's also
greatest
made
suit.
I do detest that angle for one reason, and it's because no one ever trusts a retirement angle ever again.
Well, I mean, Ric Flair.
I mean, yeah, but like he owes money to like 500,000 mafias. So
And wives.
he owes millions of dollars to as many wives.
Yeah.
$1 million to millions of wives.
I still millions of dollars. I still can't get over that Randy Orton thing. Where it's like you're a virgin to the business, and you realize how many virgins I've made bleed.
It's one of the greatest promo lines I've ever heard.
By the way, exposing the behind the scenes of PodMania. So, like, basically all of us, Bath and Garth, put forward a couple of options we were thinking of. And Rob put forward Flair versus Triple H or Taker versus Hogan. And he was like, one's
Pretty.
it's like, one's clearly better. So I'm going to go for the worst one.
Suffer together, boys. That's what this podcast is. Fucking hell. Where did Rob Van Dam
Jesus.
come from there?
I'm happy to.
Oh, look. Pile on.
I'm happy to take one for the team for Hogan.
Yeah, I know you are, mate. I know you are, buddy.
You'll take anything from Hogan.
Wait.
Wait.
I will just say, by the
24-inch
way,
python.
talk about putting Henry over big. 2 finishes and then everyone piles on.
Yeah.
That frog
Yeah.
splash is great.
Yeah, but apparently he's a bastard to take.
Well, yeah. I imagine it's the same as Jeff Hardy.
Like, apparently
Suppose,
he'd properly knock the wind out of you.
Especially if he catches you on the knee.
That's
I
great.
love
That
that.
is great.
Oh, it was a lovely sequence. Oh,
I love that as well. Like such a, like just easy put your leg on the thing.
To be fair, that's probably as much as RVD can do. He's probably stoned.
This is the first time Morton's been in, isn't it?
Yes.
Mhm.
There we go. That guy's got another fucking sign.
A total idiot. Wow.
He's got one for each
Wow.
person, hasn't he?
Has he got them all? Fucking hell. What a mark for himself. Jesus.
Nowadays, don't signs get searched on the way in nowadays?
Fucking hell. What a clothesline that was.
Oh, the lovely little clothesline that,
wasn't
wasn't
that
it?
rumor saying that they gave you they gave the signs out when you went in?
Well, like
yeah,
the
but-
Bailey section, the Hugger section,
Yeah.
sorry, those signs were given
But-
out, weren't they?
But to be fair, you knew those were handed out. No, you cannot tell me in like going from Texas, fucking Dallas, Texas, over to Yonkers, New York, or fucking whatever. They have individual Bailey fan clubs.
Don't know. Too big deal.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking
She
hell.
wants to see your manager.
didn't give herself much room there, did he?
Tell you what, Rob Van Dam's been a fucking house on fire this match, hasn't he?
He really has. That's the thing about Rob Van Dam. He's great when he doesn't need to worry about structure.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
And as I say that, Van Dam's eliminated.
Dudley, they're really going through them quickly, aren't they?
Bischoff's a proper shit-eating grin.
Oh, he's got such a good grin, hasn't he? Fucking hell, what a bump that was.
Yeah. Apparently, Randy Orton used to take, because he used to do a few high-fly moves as well. And then Arn Anderson said, "You're 6'4". Why the fuck are you doing that?"
Well, his finish used to be a diving crossbody, didn't it?
Yeah. So I kind of like that. Arn Anderson, he went from trying way too hard to not trying at all. And it's sort of like, Randy, you were meant to fall somewhere in the middle here.
Oh, diving headbutt.
Ooh, nice.
1, 2, fuck off.
No. Thing is, this isn't that long after Reverend Devon.
Oh, God, amazing. Masturbation! Testify!
How is your girlfriend going to have questions after?
Mate, it's not the worst thing I've shouted.
It's not. Like, every week on the Stardom cast, she hears you shouting about chains. So
True.
I like how Garth's is there going, I'm just going to not ask for the context of match.
I don't need to. I see the pictures.
Oh, just for context for people, the only pictures we ever sent him in the group chat are those of Gogandef, who is the clown.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, no, fuck off. I hate it. Oh,
Nice.
that was a lovely one.
Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
A sling blade eliminated Devon.
That wasn't even a sling blade. A thing eliminated. What I like about Bubba right here is that he's just wearing trackies.
He's just not bothered, is he?
Could not give less of a shit.
I used to have the shorts version of those tracksuits.
I genuinely thought you were going to say the tank top. I was really hoping you'd have the tank top.
Oh Christ! I would love a Dudley tank top just for the sake of having one. I'd never wear it because I don't wear tank tops. I'm actually really self-conscious about my arms. But
I'd have loved it if Michaels had just danced and then tagged himself out again. That would have been his only stuff in the match. Was just the little dance.
No, he would have done that. He would have done that in '95.
Thing is about Shawn Michaels, despite the fact he's very much like not prototypical WWE, he's like the most WWE worker ever.
Oh, double X.
Like all this shit. Although in research, guess where Shawn Michaels turned up in 1999?
What do you mean?
Oh, I know this. He had a random match, didn't he?
It wasn't in his match, he was special guest referee.
Oh, fuck knows, I don't care.
FMW.
FMW?
The deathmatch place with Hayabusa.
What, was he just like randomly knocking about?
Yeah, he was just the special referee for a Hayabusa match, just randomly.
As you do.
You know, it's like when in Japan. Oh, that was nowhere near him. Come on.
Total idiot.
Total idiot.
Small child coming down the stairs with his mum, obviously not just on his own. Holding what looks like a cowboy hat, as you do.
It's like coming down like John Moxley. Like, here we go.
Interjected himself.
Yeah, it's like, back off, as a child.
Look at Devon. Bubba.
Devon. How do you get them mixed up? I mean, one was wearing yellow. That's obviously the biggest difference.
Oh, big fucking flapjack onto the ropes. Snake eyes.
To be fair,
Jesus Christ.
It was probably smart having the tag wrestler do the hot tag.
You can see why the WWF, and to be fair, anywhere else. Oh, that looked like a nasty bump to take. He took that all on his side. You can tell why so many of them, like, picked Bubba as the sort of single star to push out of the two.
Yeah. Because he just gets it more than Devon. Oh shit! Like apparently, because when we were putting together the TLC matches, they just wouldn't invite Jeff or Devon.
Fucking hell.
Because to be fair, Jeff would be. Well, all he wants to know is, what am I jumping off kill? What the fuck is Christian's tattoo, by the way?
No idea.
I've been watching Christian matches for 13 years of my 23 years on this earth, and I have never figured out what the fucking tattoo is.
Google it.
I don't care that much. I like to think it's just someone spilled ink on him, and he was like, "Yes."
Ooh.
Oh Jesus.
That was rough.
Get him. Stomp, 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 stomp. Hey Jericho, what's your favourite New York Broadway show? Stomp, stomp, stomp. Mm-hmm. Travesty.
Tommy Dreamer in the crowd with a belt.
Yeah, look at that mark holding up a world title, Jesus.
It's not even his world title, it's someone else's.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
You're not even a mark you're just a mark. Oh.
Nice.
I like whenever something remotely old school happens, Garth just like, yes.
This is when Randy Orton used to try.
Oh, yeah, but it was a very brief window. An excessively brief window.
Is this, like, just after Evolution?
Yeah, no, this is during Evolution. He's in Evolution at this point.
Alright.
Like, so, but basically Evolution keep trying to have him do things for clout, and since he's the legend killer, if he can win here, he would take out Stone Cold, an ultimate legend.
Nice.
See, it's all connected. This is back when WWE knew how to tell a compelling story. As opposed to now where you have fucking Retribution, which is basically them looking at promising young talent and going...
I mean, they've got a story that's going on for a long, long time at the moment. It's a capitulation and the destruction of Lana. Look at that blood.
Jesus Christ. How do you blade your shoulder? Jesus Christ.
Honestly, man.
I forgot.
Michaels knows how to go overboard, doesn't he?
I completely forgot how much blood was on Michaels. Crike. Like, apparently Shawn Michaels wasn't all that smart, and with the amount of blood he lost, I can see why. Oh, look at Christian, man. That's grim.
I'm confused as to when he even got busted open.
When he got thrown into the ring post.
Oh, okay.
Do that. Months later, I still can't figure out when MGF got busted open in that Cody match. I like how... Oh, Jesus. That was actually quite a nice chop.
It is literally all over Shawn Michaels, and it fucking hell.
Jesus. Do you think that's why they wore red?
Maybe.
They're almost like, I'm bleeding.
Sweet chin music!
Oh.
What a pin. Love it.
No one does floppy pins like Shawn Michaels. This always has to happen in a Survivor Series match, though. You need, like, faces need to be behind.
Always, always.
Like, because when it doesn't happen, it's like how, like, every time you question the tropes of wrestling, and then a match, like, for example, 2 out of 3 before matches, we were talking about this last week, where every time it goes 2-0, it's just sort of like, well, what was the point?
Well, it's like the War Games match. When have the faces ever won that coin toss to go first? Ever.
Because the heels use double-headed coins.
Unwritten rule of wrestling.
Oh, Christ. Look at Jericho. Like, the blood work is so grim, isn't it?
It is grim.
It's grim. Jesus. Oof.
Tell you what, if you want to be a heel,
Yeah.
the thing you want to do is kick Austin out of the company forever, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Because basically, Austin was just doing this for like a year and a half after he stopped wrestling. No, for like half a year actually, because he only stopped wrestling at
WrestleMania 19, yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't tell anyone, which is kind of mad. Oh. Backdrop driver!
Stupid!
Stupid! Listen, I got into an argument with someone earlier today where we were like, Randy Orton's the best when he tries, so people should respect him more. And I'm sort of like, well, he tries about as often as the Olympics happen. So, like...
Also, if you're only good when you try, why should you respect somebody who doesn't arse themselves?
No, exactly. Because, like... Say what you want about like an objectively lesser wrestler like Cena, who is like objectively less like athletically skilled than Orton. But my God, does Cena try?
Okay.
Didn't these two face off at Mania 19 as well?
Yes, they did. And then after the match, Jericho hoofed him in the bollocks. Oh, Austin can't lay his hands on Orton, otherwise he'll be immediately fired.
That's a wild bump, that.
Why did Sean turn around there? Oh,
this closing stretch is fucking great.
I love that.
isn't it?
Total idiot. This is brilliant.
Well, like, because this closing stretch has been most of them, well, not like a fair chunk of the match, like half the match. Because we just got, like, trimmed the fat. It's like, right, Henry, get the fuck out of here.
Bye, Steiner.
Steiner, off your fuck. RVD, cool, go have your blunt.
Imagine if it ended with a double down.
It's hard seeing Austin, like, care.
I know,
And he's
because
just, like flicking the bird and...
yeah, exactly, but his career's on the line, so... Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yes.
Roll up.
Again, no one does roll-ups like Sean either.
It's the deadliest move in wrestling.
Again, as a
Roll-up?
WWE wrestler, I don't think there is anyone better than Sean.
No.
It kills him to say that. Oh, Jericho, you bastard.
But he can't be disqualified because he's out the match.
Surely Orton should be getting counted out now.
There's always a switch over period when someone's eliminated. In kayfabe.
Love that. Austin just, fuck you.
What I like about the skull on Austin's shirt that says fuck fear. Like, it's meant to, like, center it, but over here, that's just how some people say it. Oh, no.
There have been some fucking stellar near falls in this.
Is there anyone better at near falls than Sean?
Um,
I'm genuine.
AJ.
AJ's really good at near falls.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, Bryan. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, ref. Jesus. God. What a ref bump.
Absolute crumpled heat.
Cleaned out.
I can actually believe he'll be down for about half an hour now. Look at this crowd.
Yep. Been a long time since hot crowds like this.
To be fair,
Well,
it is
yeah.
Texas. So you've got
And-
Michaels, who's from Texas, and Austin,
And
who is
Austin.
from Texas.
And also a blade
Booker
job, which
T.
is basic. And also, it's been a long time since we've had a crowd like this because we don't have crowds.
Isn't Booker T and Mark Henry from Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of them. So who's from
Texas?
Texas? Just throw him in this match.
Oh Christ, he's on. I like. Oh no, you son of a. Fuck! What the fuck was that kick?
It was a sidekick, taekwondo, isn't it? He's a black belt.
Bischoff, by the way, is the worst fit. Oh, stop!
What an underrated sell that is from Orton.
Ref didn't see it. It's fine.
Yeah, completely fine. Bischoff on WCW commentary, every time someone throws a kick, it's like, well, people in wrestling call it this, but actually it's this. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fucking Mr. I have a yellow belt in my local gym.
My mummy takes me to jiu-jitsu after school.
Hey, when I did karate as a kid, I got all the way up to blue.
I used to love crying.
Hello, Batista.
The animal.
Oh my God, it's
I like
Deacon
how-
Batista.
It was
The
evolution at this point.
Where was he hiding?
In the
See,
crowd.
that guy's so annoyed. That guy in the red hat. He's like, God damn it.
You son of a
Bastard!
bitch.
It's the guy with all the signs. Didn't have one for Batista, did you, you twat?
He was hiding
Little
behind
kid
the
there.
signs.
Little kid there sitting with one of the
The-
with
the Austin fingers, yeah.
Like, no. 2.
Oh,
3.
no.
Oh, look at Austin. He just realised what happened.
Is that thingy there for the Buried Alive match?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where Kane interfered for some reason.
Obviously.
Oh, look at that.
Unbelievably gutted.
Listen to the
I mean-
silence.
Well, yeah, it's like when Austin's about to go. It's like when Taker's streak
Yeah, but to be
ended.
fair, they do ruin it by having him as a special guest referee at Mania.
Yeah. And, he was back by February and it's November. But it's like if I went, right, guys, I'm leaving podcast in the middle of one of your reviews in February. Hi, guys, I'm back.
I'm back.
Dun, dun.
It's not as the Evolution
Right, we-
song.
I was just
We should
thinking
call
that.
it. We should call this
Um,
match soon because he does hot dog for quite a while.
Yeah, all right.
Well, it's his retirement speech.
He cuts a nice promo, but the promo lasts a while. So
Right, let's call it there then, lads.
right
Garth,
on Shawn Michaels.
let's
looking
start
like he's
with
about
you.
to be skinned.
What do you think of that match?
Good match. I enjoyed it. Good pace. Good blade job.
Stellar, stellar.
Fucking amazing ref bump. Had it all. It's excellent. Enjoyed it.
Chris?
I loved it. It was the exact length this needs to be because the problem, basically all the big Survivor Series matches have now is that they go a fucking hour and they'd never have enough.
Everybody has to get them moving.
Yeah.
That match proved that you don't have to finish everybody off with a finisher.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. At the beginning of this match was all just boom and boom, you're out, you're out, you're out. Everyone just get your shit in and go. And that's how these should be. Because again, when it lasts 50 minutes, once in a while is fine. But when that happens every fucking year, it's just sort of okay, cool. Shane McMahon's having another Iron Man performance. Cool.
The
But,
greatest wrestler in the world.
Yeah, and here, Shawn Michaels is more over because of this, and Randy Orton's more over because of this. The heels at the end of this match, Christian, Orton, Batista, and Jericho, they're more heels now because they've taken Austin out. So yeah, this is just incredibly good and in a fairly felt time considering how many stories we had to go through in this. And also, Scott Steiner was there. So...
What would you rate this then, Garth, first?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's good.
Chris?
I'm feeling a solid 8 because in terms of Survivor Series matches, it is one of the better ones, but it's also one of the lesser stipulations in WWE. So
It is. I'm feeling a high 8. You've got the whole drama with Austin and Bischoff. You've got a brilliant last closing stretch, but then again, you have got to shift the dead weight of Mark Henry and Scott Steiner. But otherwise, far better. That's the first time I've actually seen that match in its entirety, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, well done, Chris. Well done for picking that one.
hey,
Now, we're going to go to... Now, originally, we were going to end on Garth's pick, but as I mentioned before we came on air, my match has Hulk Hogan in it, and therefore... what is a main event if it doesn't have Hulk Hogan in it? So Hulk Hogan is in the main event. He's politicked it. He is now in the main event.
You've politicked.
Hey, man, it just doesn't work for him, brother. Okay? So I'm sorry, you're just going to have to go with it. So what we are going to do now is, Garth, what is your pick and why have you picked it, aside from the fact that it's got your favourite wrestler in it?
It is Survivor Series 95. WWE Championship. Bret Hart, Diesel. Yes, you're right. My favorite wrestler of all time, Diesel, is in this match. And I haven't seen it for quite a while, but I do remember, and it's often thought of as Diesel's best ever match of his entire career because Bret Hart's in it. So,
to be fair, that's like bringing a water bottle to a desert and saying it's the wettest puddle.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I've watched a lot of Bret Hart matches in varying reviews, and I've seen him have one bad match ever. And that's not his fault. It was against Bob Backlund at WrestleMania 11. It was fucking dreadful. That I Quit match, oh my god, we're going to have to do that for the watch along at some point, because Backlund is fucking mental.
The one where he doesn't say I quit and just goes, he sounded like a fucking dog when you try to get it to swallow a pill.
Exactly. Now, interestingly enough, we've actually watched along a Bret and Diesel match from the Royal Rumble of this year, 95, and even though Meltzer liked it, he gave it 8 stars to PodMania scale, he gave it 4 stars, we didn't actually like it as much, and that includes Garth, who is a huge Bret Hart mark, and I think it just went on a bit long. I think that was the issue we had with it.
It did, because I remember, because we watched it in Blackpool under the influence, and the next day we were just walking around the arcade because we were killing time, and then just after you and Garth had finished rocking out on Guitar Hero, he turned to me and said, "Do you know what Meltzer gave that Diesel and Shawn match?" And I'm like, "No, Diesel and Bret match." I'm like, "Well, I haven't given it much thought." And he was like, "4." I'm like, "Jesus." And then I was mad about it for the rest of the day.
I don't understand this.
I don't get you. Help me to help you. Help me.
So, what we'll do then, lads, is if we can find Survivor Series 1995, and then if we can... Oh, I've lost it now, because why would the network make it easy for me? Why?
Turns out we can't find Survivor Series.
this is the...
What else Thumbus can't?
This is the one with Bill Clinton in.
Bill Clinton and Sonny, Bill Clinton, they absolutely fucking rinse throughout 95. Like, every pay-per-view that fucker shows up.
I wonder if Vince isn't a fan of Democrats. I wonder.
Maybe. Maybe.
He have Obama as well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He had an Obama impersonator turn up at, what was it, Capital Punishment, which, to be fair, had a really cool set, but not good anything else.
Just awful.
No, I once randomly clicked on your retro review of that, and it was just you on your own, and I was like, well, I'll listen to a bit of it in the background while I'm doing work, and then you're just shouting by the time you get to the Swagger match. I'm like, Jesus, I've never heard anyone this passionately hate a Swagger match.
It's an absolutely terrible pay-per-view, Capital Punishment 2011. Absolutely fucking shocking. So find Survivor Series 1995 if you want to jump to 2 hours, 6 minutes and 17 seconds. That is where the match starts. And lads, if you are ready, let's jump into our semi-main event. Ironically, the main event of Survivor Series 95. Bret Hart versus Diesel. 3, 2, 1, play.
But you know what though? Every time I end up watching a WWE show for some reason and Natalia's on it, every time I hear a boom, I'm like, it's Bret Hart. No, it's not.
How disappointing.
I know that's the thing, but I think that's the problem Natalia has, because it's like, I might like her more if I didn't keep thinking she was Bret Hart.
That entrance.
Oh, I thought he was wearing white for a second in the light. I was like, that'd be a bold choice for Bret. Has Bret ever not worn pink, now I think about it? Or has it always been pink for him?
Was black and pink, but then obviously when he went and did the New Heart Foundation, he just wore his shorts,
his jeans, both jorts, yeah.
When you got to WCW, you just wore like a fucking hockey top.
Yeah, he wasn't into trying in WCW. Really going through 97, Bret Hart and the Hart Foundation is easily the best part of WWF around that time. Like Bret Hart's cutting like actual good promos.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's not hard in WWF because the Intercontinental Championship scene seems to be monopolized by fucking Rocky Maivia and Savio Vega. So
that's right. Owen Hart wins it in May. It's fine.
Yeah, and then immediately goes on to break Austin's neck.
There is that.
There is that.
So, at the moment, as it stands, Diesel, who is the WWF champion, the 28th WWF champion, has held the belt for 358 days.
Christ, that's a lot of days.
That is a lot of days.
I don't think I've ever done anything for that amount of days.
Would you like to hear some of his title defences?
Always.
This
Christ,
is the state. This is the fucking state of WWF in 1995. He has battled Jeff Jarrett, Bam Bam Bigelow, Sid, twice, King Mabel. The two dudes with attitude, who of course are Diesel and Shawn Michaels, who are both champions, took on the British Bulldog and Yokozuna, which, would have, if one of them had been pinned, they'd have lost their championships. British Bulldog, again, and then, of course, this match here. That is some fucking shit they fed Diesel, and then they wonder why he didn't draw as a champion.
And to be fair, what else did we have to feed him at the time?
Yeah,
Doink.
I think Diesel... Doink. I think he gets a bad rap as a champion, I mean, it's not like anyone else would have drawn any fucking better. I mean, tell me honestly, you've got Bret. Well, you've got Bret, you've got Shawn. They didn't exactly draw very well either. Shawn especially didn't in his first run with the belt in 96. So, who would you put the belt on?
Hakushi.
Hakushi. The guy with the tattooed face.
I used to love him. And he used to do that fucking diving headbutt, like little suicide diving headbutt.
His match with Bret from In Your House, by the way, go and check that out in the PodMania archives of the pay-per-view review section, is an absolutely... Oh, Bret. That little eyebrow raise, that cheeky grin. You sexy man.
He's finally like... This is what he looks like when he's going over.
That's a grimace.
Christ.
Oh, Diesel with his little braid. That's fucking dreadful.
I was wondering why Diesel's hair looked thinner than normal. Oh, just going straight for the... Okay,
there was a storyline to this, and I can't remember what the storyline was.
The Toriano tactic, I see.
Bret, nowhere near as proficient as Diesel as taking this off.
I really want to see Bret tie his shoes now.
Can do it too.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do.
Pretty silly though, because Bret runs chest first into those things.
He does. It's like his sixth move of doom.
Except he's dooming himself.
Oh yeah,
it's the only bump. It's really the only bump Bret ever takes. So. Christ, it's like Vegeta versus Shiozaki all over again. Do something. When you do it, it sounds like it's being put through the mother of all wah-wah pedals.
Sounds like I'm playing it under a sink.
Yeah, it sounds like Metallica's giving it a go.
They did a song, and I absolutely fucking loved this Metallica song, and it was the theme song for a Mission Impossible. And it was fucking great, and I couldn't find... It's not on any album. And
Did you not think to look up Mission Impossible?
Do you know what? I'm going to look it up now, because it was such a good song, and this shows my age. I used to watch it on Kerrang TV. And I Disappear. What a tune that is.
The fuck is Kerrang TV?
Fuck off, Chris.
Was it Scuzz? It turned to Scuzz.
Scuzz, yes!
What are you two talking about?
They're like on Sky TV. If you went onto the music channels, you at one point had very limited choice. You either had Clubland or MTV, and obviously it was a time when MTV had started deciding that, do you know what, fuck music entirely. Let's just watch knobheads in Jersey. So
VH1.
Yeah, exactly. Kerrang was
the wrestling promotion at one point.
Well, yeah, Wrestling Society X. Kerrang was like punk and rock music videos just on repeat, and Scuzz was basically Kerrang, wasn't it? Just a little bit heavier.
Just like new metal and metal.
Yeah.
Oh, new metal. I never want to hear about the 2000s being better ever again with fucking new metal.
Hey, mate. If you weren't there during new metal, you don't understand, mate.
I was there, but I was like
I
9.
still listen to new metal now. Love a bit of American Head Charge.
He said, she said.
It's fun. It's funny because if you looked at like the three of us next to each other, you'd probably point to me and go, "Yeah, he's the one who's into heavy metal."
Oh yeah, I look so much like an indie kid. It's unreal.
No, that's the thing. Like, I look like I have I look like I have your music taste, and you look like you have my music.
I also look the least likely to have a tattoo out of the three of us,
Yeah.
and I've got 4. Run away, Bret. Run away.
He's like, oh wow, this person is bigger than I first anticipated.
It's still
Go on,
really cool to watch Diesel step over the top rope.
Yeah.
Like,
Go
I
on,
know
Diesel,
Braun
verb.
does it now, but
Come on, Diesel, verb him in his adjective noun. Christ, I don't like the aesthetic of old WWF because that just looks so bush league.
what did you expect?
Especially-
An LED screen in '95?
No, but like you could do like something. But like I mean, like the ring looks like it's falling apart.
Again, it was '95. They weren't drawing very well. They had to have used their secondary rings. Though this show looks like it's drawn pretty well.
It's probably heavily papered.
Oh god, yes, more than likely.
Did you see other the WCW pay-per-views? They were really heavily papered.
Well, this
Because
had a
that's not
buy
what they
rate of
do, then, right?
0.57, and it had an attendance of around
0.57.
14,500.
14,500. To be fair, you get it's weird because I was thinking about it recently. You get really used if you watch stuff like WWE to these big arenas.
Oh,
Because then whenever you go to one for like a live show or a gig, you suddenly realize how big a room it is. Like I went to the Hydro and for a couple of wrestling events, and I was like, holy shit! Because like somehow it didn't look as big when I went to see like Noel Gallagher or Rich Ashcroft there.
just realised this is a no holds barred match.
Probably important information to know.
Yeah, hence why they probably took the top turnbuckle pad off.
Because you know what my favorite hold is? Untying.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh damn. Diesel's not scared about being sued. Then again, he looks like Billy Ray Cyrus evolved.
He does
so.
like Billy Ray Cyrus. Don't break my back. My achy breaky back.
Don't break my quads. You can do it, but just run through all the injuries Diesel has had.
It's just quad.
Quad. Gonna break some more quads. Just running through all the people he's fucking buried.
Let's have a game of who can tell me, without looking at cage match, Chris, how many WWF champions there have been.
Oh,
Ever.
like
Ever.
individual people.
Yeah, so the first reign as Buddy Rogers in '63, all the way through to Drew McIntyre now.
I'm going to go with 76.
Okay. Garth?
65.
It's been 140.
Jesus, that means there's been over. These are 28. There's been over 100 champions in 20 years.
Well,
And
Kind of makes sense.
mate, it's
Doesn't
the Attitude Era, innit?
yeah. And like, I dread to think how many intercontinental champions there are actually.
Let's have a look.
Ooh. Oh, Bret Hart going right for the leg.
Holding the
it?
leg.
Good idea.
Oh, Jesus.
So smart.
It's so smart.
I was so scared that Diesel was going to drop Bret on his head there.
Probably wasn't far off.
Yeah, because to be fair, this was like all Japan at the time. That's probably what he'd do. He'd just drop to his knees.
Bret is fucking great, isn't he? As
Bret
much as we
Hart doing the Yujiro Takahashi spot.
as much as we like grief the shit out of him just because he's Garth's favourite wrestler, like genuinely, he is fucking great, isn't he?
I don't know how he gets more of it when like we never really grief mine or your favourite wrestler.
He's fighting like as a heel in this match as well.
He is.
Yeah, because he's preparing to face Shawn at Mania, isn't he? Who will be the face going into that.
Mania 12, yeah, the Iron Man match, which we are absolutely never doing on this watch along.
Yeah, because it is shite. It is a bad match. Fight me.
It's not a bad match, it's just a boring match.
There's so much of nothing in the middle. Like, the first 10 minutes are really good because it's like a technical exchange. The last 10 minutes are really good because we actually start doing moves, and then the rest of it's fucking rest holds.
So.
Because Shawn couldn't keep up.
Wee.
Sure, it's totally Shawn. You know who never wanted to do moves? Shawn.
So. Exactly, couldn't manage.
Intercontinental champions, Garth, let's start with you. How many Intercontinental champions do you think there have been? Now, bear in mind, there were 140 WWF champions.
When did the Intercontinental come in, though?
The Intercontinental came in the infamous Rio de Janeiro tournament, Pat Patterson, in 1979.
What I've never understood about that, if you're going to kayfabe oh, Jesus. If you're going to kayfabe a tournament, why put in, like, with the exception of, like, Tiger Mask, nothing looks interesting there, so why not just make it up? Oh.
Do you not know that Kevin Nash suffers with his legs? Jesus.
I'm going to guess 112.
Okay. Chris?
I'm trying to go 111 just to be like the Price is Right asshole. No, I'm going to go over 122.
There have been 178.
Jesus Christ.
Separate reigns with the belt.
That's more than WWE.
Well, let's put it this way. They went through a period of Dean Ambrose 29 days, Bobby Lashley 34 days, Finn Balor 22 days, Bobby Lashley 27 days. So the longest reign of the last... let's see. The longest reign since... Fucking hell. We're on 2015 here. Hang on.
Also, Ziggler and Miz kept passing it between each other.
Oh my God, seriously, fuck me. So there have been, there you go. So Cody Rhodes in 2012 held it for 236 days.
That was actually a really good reign.
That was a good run. That was when he brought back the white belt, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The only reign from 2012 up to now that has hit 200 days was Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, Christ, I forgot he held the belt.
Exactly. And he defended it 4 times. One of which was the title change in which he lost it to Braun Strowman.
Unbelievable.
That's fucking mental. Anyway, the match that we're watching.
I have several questions about the shirts in the front row. First of all,
I know which ones you're talking about.
Why was the night?
Just all of the why.
It's how people like George Harrison appears to be in the front row there.
Yeah, it's Joey Ramone, isn't it?
Fucking
love the Ramones.
To be fair, my brother had never heard of him because he's a fucking idiot. And I was like, you know that weird logo you keep seeing on T-shirts, but you keep asking me what they are? Yeah, that's for Ramones. And he was like, put a song on. So I was like, I kind of want to shock him, so I put on the KKK Took My Baby Away. And he was like, wow, they were really hardcore. I'm like, you're because he didn't know who the Jam were. I found out today he doesn't know who Joy Division are.
Really?
Yeah. And he keeps going, well, I don't have didn't study music like you did. It's like, still, these are cultural fucking
You have
milestones.
ears.
Like, yeah, you listen to music.
The KKK took my baby away.
Took her away from me. Hey.
They took her away from me. Fuck, I love the Ramones. They're so good.
So good and only know 3 chords.
I watched a documentary about them, and they said they never ever got big in America, but in, I think they said Mexico, as soon as they went south of the border, they were fucking huge. They were playing in front of like 80,000 people. But in America, they never really made it. And now
That's
they're
weird.
iconic, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's
no,
like there was a band and the kid, like the guy from this band, what the fuck were they called again? They were like an 80s sort of power metal band. Had like a German name. What the fuck were they called? And Metallica covered one of their songs.
Rammstein?
What's Rammstein?
No. But they were like the singer lived a couple of streets away from me, and his kids went to my school and stuff. And I remember we're talking to him once, and he says, "Yeah, he's like never really cut it here." He's like, "But the other week we were in Germany playing to 80,000 people in the stadium."
Jesus.
What the fuck are they called?
But I know we went on a weird musical tangent, but that's actually really cool what Bret's been doing.
Yeah, Bret has tied Nash's or Diesel's leg with the microphone cable, which is great. And Bret has been working the leg pretty much non-stop. So
it's like masterful storytelling within a match.
Yeah, it is. I'm actually, as much as we've done pretty much everything apart from talk about this goddamn match, I've actually really enjoyed it.
Like Diesel's
It's been a nice match, yeah.
Like,
oh, that's amazing.
that's so good.
That's so good.
Thing is, that's not even selling. I bet you he just forgot it was on there.
My leg usually goes up when I do this.
It's like how it's like when you play Peekaboo with Baby. It's like, oh, it's normally a person in front of me. Oh, there it is. Ugh. Oh,
there
no.
you go. Go for the leg.
By the way, real talk, since we can see him there, El Hebner's a shite ref and I hate him.
That seems cruel.
He's just bad. He gets too involved. Especially after the screw job, because he's like, ooh, I'm a famous referee.
Hey, man. Bret screwed Bret.
And to be... By the way, have you seen, like, screenshots from El Hebner's old Twitter account, which you can't get into anymore?
No.
He kept sending tweets thinking they were DMs.
Oh, no.
And one time it's like, I'm ready for my... There's a video of a podcaster like reading out El Hebner tweets, and I'll send it to you because it's fucking hilarious. And it's like, I am ready for your BJ when you're ready to give it to me.
God.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah, and like, there's this one where it's like going, yeah, okay, cool, I'll see you there, cool. And it's sort of like, oh, that's not how DMs work.
Oh, low blow.
I like how this is now a compelling match. I like how this is literally now a compelling match that's only taking place in 1/4 of the ring.
Yeah, it's a good point. Diesel hasn't moved in the last 10 minutes. It's great.
It's like how Shaggy owns 10% of his brain. To be fair, I like that, because Bret's basically went, what can't Diesel really do? Move. Right, I'm going to do a match around the fact that Diesel can't move. Is that a microphone cord?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's an XLR. Quite frankly, the sound tech should be ashamed of himself having cables just exposed like that.
That braid on top of Diesel's head now looks like a floppy penis, and I can't take my eyes off it because he moves his head and it just flops on top of his head.
So,
Flop.
Bret, are you ready for my Diesel power?
Oh, God.
That's it. That's what the band are called, Blitzkrieg.
Oh, I've heard of them. Couldn't tell you a song they did, but...
The singer used to live a couple of streets down from me when I was a kid. He used to drive around in this fucking black Ford Capri with a red stripe around it, blacked out windows. It's totally amazing.
Oh, you think that's cool? Carly Rae Jepsen once liked my tweet, so.
You're an embarrassment to PodMania.
Yeah. Somehow I don't see Metallica covering one of her songs.
I would love to
So
see
call me
Metallica
maybe.
To be fair, have you guys not listened to Emotion, one of the best pop albums of the past 10 years?
Of course I haven't. I'll tell you what I was listening to today, though.
What?
Spice Girls with Alice.
Nice.
She loves the Spice Girls.
Alice is 6, though, Garth. Chris is a fucking grown-ass man.
Cool.
Who has studied music.
Obviously not hard enough.
I still like all the classic shit.
I love the fact that Diesel is selling the leg so much that he can't actually run the ropes to do his usual spot, so he adapts it for his leg game. That's great.
Whoever
Me should take notes.
Whoever knew that Diesel could set up a match and sell.
I know.
Well, it's because Bret set the match up.
But he's selling.
And to be fair, if I was in a match with Bret, I'd sell just so Bret wouldn't start bitching at me backstage. Fucking renowned moaner is old Bret Hart. You know, apparently after you know how Yokozuna cut the WrestleMania match short. Apparently, but it was meant to go like 10 extra minutes. Like, you will not get those 10 minutes again. And Yokozuna was probably going, good. I don't need to wrestle for 10.
Is it? I'm fucking knackered.
We had a whole 3 minutes, Bret. I mean, God. Oh, what's he thinking here?
I'll do it.
Oh.
Oh.
See, if that was Michael's blade job,
My
just
God.
pissing blood all over.
We can't appreciate. We can't appreciate a nice little bit of above average wrestling without Garth going, "Oh, you know that fucking Shawn Michaels." Yeah, fuck that fucking Shawn Michaels.
Oh, your lid's fallen off.
He's just desperately trying to make up for the fact that he
That woman in the front, she's absolutely loving it.
The old woman in the Bret shirt.
Did you just see when Diesel kicked out? It's like, oh man.
She's loving it.
Oh. Oof. Maybe some like quantum leap shenanigans have happened, and that's just Garth inside of that old woman.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
Oh God.
Here comes the
I
5
used to love
moves
that
of doom.
program.
Here comes the pain. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm
Yep.
holding your face.
I was thinking about this the other day. What do you think Bret Hart would have done with someone like Brock Lesnar?
Destroyed him.
Shot on him.
Made him tap.
I probably had a good match with him.
I imagine
Yeah,
it would have
that's
been
the
along
thing,
the
'cause-
lines of the Bryan match.
Actually, yeah, I think because Daniel Bryan in basically every measurable way is like the best aspects of Bret and Shawn put into.
Bret was probably
Oh,
just a
fucking
soul
hell,
for most
fucking
of
hell.
Jesus.
Jeez.
What the
What the fuck
It's like
happened
Diesel's
there?
like, fuck that, I'm not taking that.
That looked for all the world like Diesel no-sold that completely. No, fuck that.
He just Samoa Joe'd it.
I just casually walk out the way. That woman's really concerned.
One of my
Come on, Bret,
favourite
come
New
on.
Japan promos is, and Chris, you'll probably know this, Zack Sabre Jr., where Kota Ibushi said he was going to do a moonsault off a balcony, and Zack Sabre Jr. just went backstage and went, if you're going to do a moonsault off a fucking balcony, I'm going to fucking move, aren't I? I'm not going to stand there and fucking take it. I'm going to fucking move. He's
Sabre
he's
Jr.
such a good fucking promo.
And he's just because he's just a dick. Remember at Wrestle Kingdom when he was shouting at Sanada after a tag match? It's like, you do a Dragon Sleep like that. And when Tatsumi Fujinami's in the building, shame on you.
You should be ashamed.
Or him blaming his poor performance in the 2019 G1 climax
on Brexit.
On Brexit.
Oh, there we go. Announce it. Oh, and there goes the Spanish announce table, and there goes the Spanish announce team all over the floor.
Could we not afford a better table at the time?
Like a solid pine table.
That looks like the
It's a picnic bench.
That looks like the kind of table you get at your local fucking car boot sale.
Why is Earl Hebner getting involved with Diesel? It's a no-holds-barred match, you fucking clown.
Well, those kids, Dean. Shake hands.
I would say Diesel's selling the leg, but he might just legitimately be injured because it's his leg.
Yeah, we literally can't. There's no telling with Diesel.
It didn't move the monitors again. That always concerns us.
Oh, remember when, who was it, Daniel Bryan took his spell onto the monitors and it was a massive gash in his back?
Do you remember when
Horrible.
the League of Nations were a thing and they put Roman Reigns through a table and Rusev just ran off with one of the monitors? He just ran backstage with it. Like, yeah!
This is mine now. Didn't he put a tweet out recently going, I still have that monitor?
Yeah, I think so. Fucking hell, though. Have you seen how beefy those 1995 monitors are? They're like proper fucking TVs.
Yeah.
They're like those things you used to wheel into science.
I'm pretty sure that's those catch fire on Fireman Sam.
14-inch TV that I used to have on top of my wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Diesel, today. Fucking hell.
14-inch TV from the other side of my bedroom. Like, and it was amazing. Like, now it's like, I don't want anything less than 32.
I remember because, like,
if it's not got Netflix on it, what's the fucking point?
The first TV I ever owned myself was one of those little CRT ones.
Oh, yeah.
And,
that's it.
but it kept going green. I had to smack it to make it go
Oh, yeah.
back to normal.
Tubes on the table.
And also, it was bright yellow.
Man.
Here we go!
Chris, he was pulling his attire right up Bret's ass there, wasn't he?
Sandbag. I'm dead.
Bret has like a bump.
How
I don't
fucking
think
high
so.
are Diesel's trousers now?
I know, it's proper Simon Cowell it, hasn't he?
Wedgie.
Oh, no.
Oh.
1,
Oh,
2,
classic.
3. Oh, brilliant.
Done. Ooh.
Did anybody lip read Diesel then? Fucking motherfucker.
Fuck.
Oh, see you, Earl.
Oh, we're gonna get a powerbomb. I love jackknife powerbombs, by the way, so this is exciting.
Oh, legs are
Oh,
on now.
fucking hell. Just absolutely no fucking control over that whatsoever.
I love a Bret Hart because, believe it or not, the whole of my 1997 project so far, he hasn't thrown one powerbomb, and I'm fucking disgusted.
It wasn't Diesel.
Nash, yeah, he hasn't done one powerbomb. Oh, I love these because, like, it's properly like you would actually powerbomb someone. You wouldn't get them up all nice. You just like lift them up until they're up and then drop them.
Is this Diesel turning heel?
I think so.
Turning.
Diesel, you haven't won, mate. Give the belt back. You haven't won.
I'm going to make this thing spin.
I'm going to make this thing spin. Right, lads, let's leave it there. Let's pause it there just as Diesel limps his way out of the ring.
As is his God-given right as an American.
Absolutely. Garth, let's start with you. What did you think of that match?
Thoroughly entertaining. Just really, really good storytelling. Diesel, where credit's due, did his part. Just like the nice little bits and bobs. I mean, like Chris mentioned, like all the corner work. Some of the bumps are pretty big for like a normal Bret Hart match. Really, really good. I loved it.
Christopher?
The right man won.
You just call me Christopher.
Yeah.
never do that again. Yeah, it was good. It kind of lulled a bit in the middle, but then like the beginning was great and the ending especially was great, especially when Diesel's leg was just attached to it because it's almost like, Bret, I can't move. And it's like, okay, well, we can work around this.
We'll tie you to the corner post and then you don't have to. It's all good.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Garth, seeing as this was your pick, what would you give this match out of 10?
11. No. I'd give it another 8, possibly a 9. Just really, really good stuff. And I mean, sometimes in matches like this, the end sort of comes and it's a bit of a sort of letdown, but this was the perfect ending. Like, Bret was just absolutely destroyed and then got a roll up. I'll go high 8.
Kept Diesel strong, didn't it?
Yeah.
Chris.
Keep Diesel strong. Yeah, I'd also go an 8. It was properly just really fun. And yeah, like, not going to change your life, but it's worth watching. I mean, you've already watched it if you're listening to this.
I agree. I think it was 8 stars. I personally prefer that to their Royal Rumble match. Even though Meltzer apparently preferred the Royal Rumble match, I thought that was great. I thought the entire story surrounding the leg and the added sort of stipulation of it being no holds barred, but without them going ridiculously into the let's just hit each other with everything we can find, worked really well. Really well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is 30 years of Undertaker. Now, you should know this because if you have the WWE Network, they show it at the start of every fucking thing you try and watch. But yes, and Survivor Series on Sunday, it is 30 years of Undertaker. So, of course, we need to do an Undertaker match. And who better to pit him against than the immortal Hulk Hogan? The immortal Undertaker against Immortals Hulk Hogan. And this took place Survivor Series 1991, TNA joke there, November 27th, 1991. So if you want to skip to 1 hour, 11 minutes and 15 seconds, that will take you to the match. I have never seen this match, honestly. I just wanted an old match. Partly I knew it would make Chris's head explode, because he's not going to be good, is he? Because this is well before Undertaker was compelling in the ring, or just good in general. Let's not beat around the bush. I imagine the entrances are going to take far longer than the match, and once we get to the in-ring action, I imagine it's going to be shit. But we'll all have a laugh watching
seen
it.
This match before.
Say again?
I have a weird story about how I've seen this because I had the PSP, and there was a little the UMD discs that had movies on it, and this had a little Undertaker UMD disc that had this on it.
Right, so are we all ready? Chris, are you ready?
Your time.
Oh. Hello, are you ready? Apparently,
yes,
he didn't want to do it that much that
okay.
he turned himself off.
No, that was weird. Anyway, let's go.
Okay, Garth, are you ready?
Ready.
Let's do this. So, in 3, 2, 1, play. Let's do some fucking Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker.
In Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, Gorilla Monsoon on commentary. That guy's just absolutely fucking terrified to be there. He's in tears for some reason.
Why is there a scan line at the top? Do we not have a better copy?
Yeah, apparently this is the VHS copy. It's going to cut to adverts in a minute because your mum's taped over it.
Oh, Christ. Were people really that soft back in the day?
What, they were scared of The Undertaker? Look at his fucking eyes, mate. I'd be scared of him.
These are the same people who are probably on Facebook today calling me a snowflake because I have makeup on in my profile photo.
I think you look pretty.
I do look pretty. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? No.
There was a little Hulk Hogan casket there.
Nice little detail.
Nice detail.
Well, like, you can tell how good the WWE are doing at any given year by the amount of effort they put into Undertaker caskets. Because when he took on Kamala a few years later, it was just planks of wood. The gravest challenge. Christ, they do like their shit taglines, don't
Yeah,
they?
it was certainly the tagline of this show. Hear it. Listen to that reception. Fucking hell.
I'm sure it's piped in.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun. There's only one man for the main event. Oh my god, that woman is literally in tears at the sight of Hogan. In front of what looked like Tony
Again.
Schiavone.
Maybe he's there begging for a job.
Undertaker's like,
Like,
fuck
please.
this guy, seriously.
No, because he's already seen the finish that Hogan's booked himself for.
That guy's just gone, can I have my sign back? What the fuck's this? Steal my sign, you prick.
I wanted you to sign it, not steal it. Jesus.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
by the way, that Hogan
I love the fact that Hogan can't pick
guy
himself
in
up.
front row. Christ, he can pick up Andre the Giant, but he can't pick up a casket. You see that Hogan guy in front row? He was also in the front row when Hogan lost the title to Yokozuna. He's literally just the kiss of death for Hulk Hogan.
It's hard to sort of quantify how big Hulk Hogan was.
I know it's for steroids, though.
Like, I know, like, everyone always says, like, Austin was that big. He wasn't. Like,
Yeah, he was bigger. And that'd be funny.
like,
Austin drew
With-
more than Hogan. He just did.
yeah, like, within the wrestling world, like, it's weird, like, Hogan, like, was the first to really sort of break out beyond it.
Yeah, Hogan was a real, like, cross-media star. The thing with Austin is, as well as him being absolutely fucking great, he pulled the WWF from... I am of the belief, and I think many people are, that without Austin, the WWF would have faltered and probably lost the Monday Night War to WCW. And I think Austin pulled them for that, whereas Hogan didn't pull the WWF from anything. He ushered in the golden age of wrestling.
And plus, like, they weren't at arenas as big as they were then later in the 90s.
No.
Because they had a proper solid foundation at that point.
No, that's the thing, because you look at like how they were pushing everything here. It was basically just Hogan and then everyone else.
Yeah.
I am a real American. Fight for the right of every man. Just Paul Bear rubbing his nose on the air.
It sounds like you were trying to put that into a minor key for a second.
I was tempted to at one point, I'm not going to lie.
And then a keychain.
I'm not going to do that on the podcast. Fucking hell, nobody
Okay.
wants to see
No
that.
one hits the ropes like Hogan because it always looks like he's about to fall out the ring.
Because he's that good.
No, I like every time there's like an argument about Hulk Hogan that breaks out over like the merits of him, because like it is honestly debatable whether or not he did more harm than good to the business in the long term.
Who, Hogan?
But yeah,
No, I disagree.
he's done harm in his latter years. I think it's at least a debate worth having. But then someone always chimes in going, well, Hogan wrestled in Japan, so he must be a good worker. I'm like, I'm sorry, do I need to point you to what 90s and 80s New Japan was like before you just stop bringing this up?
You can argue the initial boom period for wrestling, and I'm talking about the Golden Age, was almost entirely on Hogan's shoulders. I think irrelevant
Yeah,
of
I
what
can-
damage he did, and I'm not saying he did no damage, I'm saying irrelevant
He did a
of the
lot of
damage. You can't say he did more damage than good. You just can't, because he pulled wrestling into the mainstream media where it hadn't been before. And that was on the back of him.
He is at least partly responsible for basically every company he's been in since going downhill, though.
You can argue that, but I think...
Is that not off the back of the fact because he was so big, though? Like, he utilised that, he used that.
Yeah, but that's even worse.
Oh, God.
It's like those people who can't actually do anything. It's like how Vince Russo went from place to place because saying he made Stone Cold and then also helped to bury those companies.
I think if you look solely at WCW, yeah, Hogan's Paul Bearer getting involved there. Look at that. What a man. What a fucking man. The Undertaker!
Hogan is also one of the most notorious liars in just wrestling.
Oh, God, yeah, but they all lie, Chris. Not one of them can be trusted. Fucking hell, mate. Shawn Michaels.
Okay, I know, but Hulk Hogan tried to claim that he was booked to fight on a UFC show, and Dana White had to go, what? No, why would we have an untrained fighter?
Did he say actual UFC?
No, he said UFC, yeah.
I mean...
So he could have been trying on a technicalities by saying MMA.
Yeah.
No, he 100%... His tongue outruns him sometimes, just Hogan.
It does, but you can't say that then did damage on the wrestling business. I mean, again, he did cause damage.
I'm not saying that
politicking, his ego was completely out of control, especially in the later days of the NWO.
It's still out of control.
Not to the same extent by any stretch of the imagination. And that main event mentality with him did keep talent down, and that caused, a lot of jumping ship from WCW to WWF. But WCW got the biggest numbers they ever got on the back of Hulk Hogan turning heel. And yes, he was basically unworkable with towards the end, but once he'd gone, the company had another 9 months to turn it round after he left. He didn't wrestle after Bash at the Beach 2000. The company had the chance to turn it round, and Vince Russo, the booking, the ridiculous stuff they tried, just all of that led to its downfall. So Hogan was certainly a factor, but you can't say he contributed solely to its demise. I don't agree with that.
I'm not saying solely. I'm not saying solely because there's also Russo, there's also Bischoff. There's a million different factors.
Scott Hall and fucking Kevin Nash did their best.
But then you look at TNA, and basically he and Bischoff changed the whole fucking company as soon as they walked through the door.
Because it was dying, Chris.
Off of the worse. No, it wasn't dying in 2009. It was dying after he left.
You think they made the decision to put Raw against Impact, do you? That was the beginning of the end.
That was Dixie.
That was Dixie, yeah, exactly. I'm not saying.
But then again, he probably had Bischoff going, yeah, let's do it.
He had nothing to do with Impact. He had nothing to do with those sort of meetings, apparently. According to his podcast, again, it's his word, so who knows. But I agree that Hogan is a factor, but...
Him and Hogan would have had a big cross to bear with Vince, though.
I'm not going to lie, guys, this match is fucking dull, innit?
Yeah, no, it's bad. I don't know why he did. At least Ric Flair matches are fun to watch because Ric Flair's mad. Hogan just doesn't want to bump.
This is before it became, semi-good anyway.
Hogan or Taker?
Well, I don't. Taker. Well, because Hogan was never semi-good.
But didn't Paul Bearer just clock him with the urn?
Because, it's something I never got. Because, in 1989, you had Flair versus Steamboat. And, Funk versus Flair and shit like that in America. But then you have this shit.
This isn't the main event, in fairness.
Okay, but look me in the eye and tell me that most Hulk Hogan matches of this era is better than this.
I want to point out that the main event was the stellar encounter between the Big Boss Man and the Legion of Doom versus IRS and the Natural Disasters. Tell me that wouldn't draw money, Chris.
The Natural Disasters.
Hey, I love the Natural Disasters.
Look at that fucking Hogan cunt in the front.
Hogan.
Can someone yeah. That poor old lady behind him can't see because of him. You always have that one. Remember that guy at fucking Takeover Blackpool who had a laptop on his lap the whole time?
I think he might have been making notes for a review, in fairness, but yes, I do remember him.
Okay, but we did a review. We weren't taking notes during the show.
That's probably why our review was shit, Chris.
I mean, I took notes after the show. I actually put effort into it, but okay.
Oh, hello, Earl Hebner. I've just realised it's you again.
Yeah, you shit ref, you.
Just looking for any piece of merch you can grab.
Hey Hulk, can I have your knee pads?
Got an eBay store, I need to sell them.
Tell you what, though, when you look at Undertaker tattoos up close, they're kind of shocking.
Of course they are.
At least he has. At least, why is everyone looking the other way? There must have been a fight going on.
Or just looking at anything apart from this match.
Yeah, to be fair. Oh, but wrestling was better in the 90s. They actually sold. Fuck off.
Hulk Hogan's selling here, look.
Hulk Hogan was like, how can I take a loss without taking a bump?
How can I take a loss and still get paid most?
No!
Oh, Christ. Is someone sucking him off under the cameras? There's not something you're not seeing.
I'm Undertaker!
My favourite one is still at Canadian Stampede, where he's just going around laughing and then just looks down the camera. Murderer!
That one's got his, like, ginger hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, so he magically recovered from
He
being
got-
choked.
The crowd
Fuck
cheered him
off.
on. Have you ever
Fuck.
seen Rocky?
No, of course. You know I haven't.
You don't get it. He's the Rocky of the wrestling world. Takes a licking but keeps on ticking.
Cannot believe you've just said that. What is wrong with you? Oh my god. Oh wow. The fish cell from Hogan. The underrated salmon cell. Just...
And as you see the life slowly leave his eyes, you think, yes, that's what we'll do for dinner
I
tonight.
don't know about you, but I always think whenever I'm cold and I think I need a pair of gloves on, I always think I need my PVC gloves. Not my normal gloves, my PVC ones.
Tell you what, it's funny because that reminds me because I was out from a walk the other day and it was fair. I live on the coast, so when it gets cold, it gets really nippy. I saw like a girl with like the jeans with holes on them, but like they were so ripped to the point where they may as well be shorts.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Seems to be the style at the moment, doesn't it? Oh,
yeah, but I'm
fuck
sort
off,
of like-
Hogan.
Oh, piss off!
Fuck off, no selling the tombstone.
And Q Garth going, but have you seen Rocky?
It's a
Fucking hell! Fucking hell! Like Jesus Christ!
Is The Undertaker more or less imposing with ginger hair?
Less
It
when
depends on his context. If he was in like a Scottish pub, then he'd probably be more imposing.
Raise the roof!
Ric Flair looks like he's like just very upset.
Oh, you know what's coming, don't you? You know what's coming.
Like here, this is so very clearly like a setup for a future match between Flair and Hogan, and then they never did it.
Because Hogan then Flair decided now I want to work with someone else.
Neither of them wanted to lose. It's the reason Austin versus Hogan never happened.
Or Hogan versus Bret.
No, that's me, because Hogan versus Austin was apparently the original plan for 18, but then neither of them could agree on a finish.
Well, Hogan Flair was the initial plan for WrestleMania 8, wasn't it?
To be fair though, like I think just looking at what Flair and Hogan did like a couple years later, I'm kind of fine that we got Savage.
Oh, chair,
'Cause-
chair, guys! And Hogan was nowhere near it.
Yeah, because quite frankly, Savage versus Flair is objectively just better than anything Hogan and Flair ever did.
I genuinely expected Hogan to kick out on 3.
Fucking the Ultimate Warrior.
So this is the Sunday. Doesn't Undertaker drop it back to Hogan on the Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday in
That's
Texas.
what you got on, man. Like, Hogan's just put over the next upcoming star.
He didn't though. He put him over in the same way that I like babysit my
You
nieces.
antagonistic fuck.
Made him look strong.
Made him look strong. You absolute ring piece. Shut up.
You don't even believe what you're saying.
And I mean, it took a chair and outside interference.
Thing is, because I was talking to Rob about this because I was watching some stuff from 1989, how like Ric Flair is like the perfect wrestler because he is both looks strong but also looks like he could be defeated at any point. And then you look at Hogan and it's sort of like, I'm going to like no sell all your shit, and it's going to take Ric Flair interfering to beat me.
Right, lads, let's stop it there.
Can we just see if Hulk Hogan was all right?
No.
Nah, mate. Weirdly, that was the end of his career. He was never heard of again. It's been really weird.
Yeah, no one ever saw him, man. They investigated it and like
it turned up like there was a lookalike, Mr. America.
It was never proved, mate.
I never thought who that was.
He was a lie detector.
We will never know.
Another thing Hogan refused to put over. So, Garth, let's start with you. What did you think of that match, brother?
Amazing.
It was absolute drizzling shit. It was fucking
I mean, you know what
wank.
it is, like, this is gonna, like, some people are gonna really get fucking pissed off with this, but I've never really rated Undertaker. Like, as a wrestler, like, as a character and as everything else, he's amazing. But the actual, when it comes to the matches, well, later on, I suppose, with Michaels and stuff, but for at least 5 years, he was shit. Like, that level shit. Like, most of his matches were like that, where he was the docile, fucking slow. Oh, it was rubbish, but that was just fucking wank.
Doing anything.
I would give that.
Sorry, doing anything to like not blame
I
Hogan there.
was just thinking that. I love the fact that
No,
he's just putting over the fact that it was just.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to
Go on,
that.
then.
This wasn't Hogan's fucking finest hour.
It was not, mate. This was fucking shit.
The fact that he was literally choked out, still getting choked, and then suddenly he's like, wait, I can breathe now.
It was the fact that he was like, right, all these moves, I totally put him down. Takes a tombstone, that woke him up.
To be fair, in WCW, there was a reviving elbow drop from Randy Savage.
That is true, there was.
It was wank. Honestly, 2 or 3 out of 10.
You're being generous.
Christopher?
It's still a Hogan's entrance, I like that.
But, okay, yeah, but so? Yeah, that was...
Fair, wasn't it?
That was awful. Undertaker was green as grass, and you're in there with Hulk Hogan, who like couldn't carry anything. And then you have the fact that, like, I'm still not going to get over it because he recovered from being choked while still being choked. Like, that's not how choking works.
Brother.
I don't know if you guys have ever been choked, but that's not quite how choking works.
Not like that.
We're getting some fucking insights into Garth tonight.
Outstanding.
Great stuff. And yeah, and then everything else, just no selling a tombstone, and apparently you had to take it on a chair. Like, again, it's Hogan going, well, apparently we need, like, I'm not being funny, I'm pretty sure he'd no sell a fucking nuke if he could. He'd just be there going, oh, the nuke just made my leg drop more atomic. And just, yeah, nothing worked in this match. It was dull as anything up until the point where it got actively annoying. I'm literally feeling a dud in this one. I didn't like anything about it.
Well, honestly, guys, I don't know what match you were watching, but I fucking love that. The in-ring psychology, the crowd were hot. You've got two of the best workers of the time. Like I say, I don't know what the fuck you guys were watching, but I love that match. I'm giving it the full 10, and you know what? I don't think any match ever could top it. obviously, I think it was a 1-star match. That was relative. That might be one of the worst WWF Championship matches I've ever seen. That was fucking.
I don't think. To be fair, I think the series of matches he had with the Taker were all shit. Like
the series of matches he had, full stop, were all shit.
Hey, the match he had with Sergeant Slaughter.
Don't.
Was a
no,
doozy.
it fucking wasn't. You're a liar.
Stop.
You don't even believe half the things you're saying.
Why do you say these things when you know it only hurts?
It's gonna be.
You're making the baby Jesus cry.
Going on the list.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 1. So between Chris's dud, my 1, and Garth's 2, I think this is pretty much a 0-star match. We'll give it a 1 just because of the pop for Hogan at the start.
Out of interest, what did Meltzer rate it?
Meltzer didn't rate it. Hang on 1 second. Let's have a look because I don't think he rated it. So Survivor Series 91 Meltzer ratings. Let's have a look. Here we go. Profight DB. He rated it. He rated it as half a star. Just to give you some indication of the level of stuff on that show. The following match, which included the Nasty Boys and the Bushwhackers, got 3.5 stars.
Hey, the Bushwhackers are actually the only people in the history of wrestling to get both a plus 5-star match from Meltzer and a minus 5-star match from Meltzer.
Well, the DQ finish in the main event got 2 stars. That gives you some indication of how bad this match is.
Meltzer sees 2 stars as average.
Yeah, so that gives you some indication of this absolute fucking cavalcade of shit. Anyway, let's...
You picked
it. Never again. Never trust me again. Let's leave it there then, lads. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We really do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Google Play, whether it's Apple, whether it's Spotify. We are everywhere. Download, leave us a 5-star review. All comments really do help us out. Go to the website, www.podmania.co.uk. The review of Survivor Series 1996 will be out on Friday at the same time as the podcast at 6 o'clock British Standard Time. You can check the podcast out on Twitter at PodMania. Garth, where can they find you on Twitter?
At the Garth.
Find me at RealRobGoodwin. And then Christopher, where can they find you?
Getting drunk in the corner.
Superb. We'll see you guys, same time, same place, next week. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at PodMania, Facebook at PodMania Podcasts, and YouTube and Instagram at RealPodMania. And check out the website, podmania.co.uk. Until next time, wrestling fans.